and welcome to another enriching session of B2 Global English Competitiveness. Today we're diving into Unit 8, Experiencing the Literary World. Prepare to embark on a captivating journey through the realm of literature where we'll explore the depths of storytelling and character analysis. In this unit, we'll delve into the following intriguing lessons. Unit 8A, Describing My Experiences in the Literary World. Unit 8B, Expressing Opinions Towards the Main Character. Unit 8C, Justifying the Decisions of the Different Characters. And Unit 8D, Critiquing the Morals of the Story. Get ready to enhance your literary comprehension and critical thinking skills as we share our experiences with literature, express our opinions about main characters, justify the decisions of various characters, and critique the morals embedded in stories. Through engaging activities and thought-provoking discussions, we'll deepen our understanding of the literary world and its impact on our perspectives. So, whether you're a seasoned literature enthusiast or new to the joys of reading, join us as we explore the fascinating world of stories and characters together. Without further ado, let's dive into Unit 8A, Describing My Experiences in the Literary World. We have four can-do objectives in this unit. First, to describe experiences in the literary world. Second, to express opinions towards the main character. Third, to justify the decisions of different characters. And fourth, to analyze the morals of the story. Here's a brief unit description for Unit 8. This module enhances student skills in describing experiences in the literary world, expressing opinions towards the main character, justifying decisions of the different characters, and critiquing the morals of the story. In order to achieve these, we have broken down the unit into four lessons which are entitled 8A, Describing My Experiences in the Literary World, 8B, Expressing Opinions Towards the Main Character, 8C, Justifying the Decisions of the Different Characters, and 8D, Critiquing the Morals of the Story. The can-do objectives previously mentioned are aligned and embedded to each of the following lessons as follows. 8A, to describe experiences in the literary world. 8B, express opinions towards the main character. 8C, justify the decisions of the different characters. And 8D, analyze the morals of the story. Now, let's focus on our first can-do objective, to describe experiences in the literary world. Without further ado, let's move on to our first lesson in this unit, 8A, Describing My Experiences in the Literary World. And here are the sub-lessons that will help us achieve our objective. Reading, vocabulary, and grammar. Before we delve into the different activities, let's first understand what literature is. Literature is a term used to describe written and sometimes spoken material, generally created to artistically express human emotions. It is derived from the Latin word literatura, meaning writing formed with letters. Literature most commonly refers to works of the creative imagination, including poetry, drama, fiction, non-fiction, and in some instances, journalism and song. Literature allows a person to step back in time and learn about life on earth from the ones who walked before us. We can gather a better understanding of culture and have a greater appreciation of them through literature. We learn about history through recorded manuscripts and through speech itself. Now let us try to answer the activities to enhance our understanding and description of experiences in the literary world. We'll start with a reading exercise. Read with me. My literary journey. Literature has always enchanted me. I discovered comfort in reading and adventure via storytelling as a child. Each literary work introduced me to fresh feelings and sensations. I loved reading a famous author's classic book. I went back to a bygone age and could imagine the folks and their problems. It developed my literary spirit. A poetry anthology captivated me and made me appreciate words. I became introspective and was moved by the poet's amazing vision. Those poems showed me how words can encapsulate human realities. I found an interesting play that questioned the rules of society and traditional storytelling while I explored literature. The unusual story structure and symbolism made me closely consider the script's topics and results. It showed me how literature can generate deep discussions and critical thinking. These literary encounters influenced my worldview and inspired an eternal passion for reading and writing. I've learned that literature can transport, inspire, and alter us. Now answer the following comprehension questions. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Pause the video to start answering items number 1 and 2. Continue answering the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. Here's another activity. Dine and May are childhood friends who were apart for more than 4 years. Let's read the email sent by Dine to her dear friend May together. Dear May, good day. How are you there in the Philippines? I hope this message finds you well. I just want to let you know that I have read the book that you recommended last time. I was honestly inspired. I love how the main character remained positive and strong despite the adversities that she faced. Truth be told, I missed reading books with you. Time flies really fast. We used to be those kids who read fairy tales and would react eagerly to the different personalities of the characters, the bold ideas of the authors, and even miss the feeling of being surprised by the turn of events. Right now, character enhancement books are what we both love. I am so impressed and fascinated realizing that our love for books developed through the years even if we're apart. May we continue to grow tough and brilliant so we could influence others. Please message me back once you receive this. No pressure though. Also, I would appreciate if you could recommend another book. I miss you, May. I wish to see you soon. Love, Dine. Now answer the following items. Pause the video to start answering. Here are the correct answers. Now let's read this paragraph together. As I began to read the book, I was immediately drawn in by the author's use of vivid and descriptive language. The words on the page seemed to come alive, painting vivid pictures in my mind's eye. I felt as if I were right there, beside the characters, experiencing their joys and sadness firsthand. The setting was so richly described that I could almost smell the scent of the sea and feel the cool breeze in my skin. As I continued to read, I found myself completely attached to the story, eagerly turning each page to find out what would happen next. By the time I reached the end, I felt a sense of sadness at having to leave the world that the author had created. Now answer the following reading comprehension questions by choosing the letter of the correct answer. Pause the video now and start answering items number 1 to 3. Continue answering items number 4 and 5. Here are the correct answers. Did you answer all items correctly? Terrific! Let's move on to the vocabulary activities. Read the following sentences about experiences when perusing works of literature. Choose the vocabulary word that best fits every sentence. Pause the video and start answering now. Here are the correct answers. Now let's proceed to another activity. Read the following statements about describing experiences when reading literary pieces. Choose the appropriate vocabulary word that best completes each statement. Pause the video and start answering now. Continue answering the rest of the items. Here are the correct answers. Now for our grammar lesson, we'll be talking about narrative tenses, specifically the past simple tense. Verb tenses known as narrative tenses are employed to discuss the past. The past simple is one of the several different narrative tenses. It is a tense used to represent an activity or state that has already occurred. The past simple tense is formed by adding d, ed, changing y to ied, or a complete new word is formed. Here's an example of a sentence using past simple tense as a narrative tense. Maria worked as the school librarian 3 years ago. Take note that the simple past tense of regular verbs is formed by adding ed or d to the infinitive form of the verb. As in this example, work is added ed to make it in the past tense. That's why it became worked. The time indicator to explain that it is in the past. Here's another example. I wrote a letter to the school librarian yesterday. Take note that while the simple past of a regular verb is typically formed by adding ed to the end of the infinitive, irregular verbs like write don't follow that pattern. It is formed by changing the word itself from write to wrote. Now that you have understood all about narrative tense, specifically the past simple tense, let's proceed to an activity. Choose the correct past simple verb to complete the sentence. For example, the librarian gave or give me the book I needed for my thesis last week. The correct answer is gave. The librarian gave me the book I needed for my thesis last week. Now pause the video and answer items number 1 to 5. Continue answering items number 6 to 10. Here are the correct answers. Sorry. Let's do another activity for the past simple tense of the verb. For this activity, provide the correct past simple verb to complete the following sentences. For example, Andrew borrowed 3 books from the library yesterday. Again, the word inside the parenthesis is borrow, and then the past simple tense of the verb is borrowed. Now pause the video and answer items number 1 to 7. are the correct answers. Now for our final activity. Write letter C if the past simple tense of the verb in the sentences is used correctly, and X if it is not. Pause the video and answer items number 1 to 7. Here are the correct answers. And with that, we have covered our first can-do objective, which is to describe experiences in the literary world. In this lesson, we read different passages on people's literary experiences and tested your reading comprehension. We also worked on your vocabulary, focusing on describing experiences when reading literature. And we learned about narrative tenses, specifically the past simple tense. Your engagement has made this lesson meaningful and rewarding. Let's carry the insights gained here forward into our next endeavors. That ends Unit 8A. Until we meet again, keep striving for excellence.